things don't happen to you, they happen for you. That's life. Everything is life. It happens for you. Everything is for your greatest good. No matter what it looks, they say you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans, right? You can't control the future. I mean, you can control it up to some point. You can't control what others do. You can't control anything. Someone can run a red light and that's the end of everything. You only can control what you can control. So things don't happen to you, they happen for you. So when you look at those situations, I had a similar situation with my pop not being around as well. And then, what cracked the code for me was really, what was he going through? I took it
from that perspective.
Yeah, it was like, it's happening to me. He's doing this to me. And when I looked at it from his position,
you're not facing a problem. You're facing an opportunity.
I say, bro, but
say that. I'm facing an opportunity.
I'm facing an opportunity.
What opportunity are you facing?
Can you believe this shit?
Can you fucking believe it?
I can't believe this shit.
That I've been able to do.
Just the place where we from and where we come from. Everyone has that story, right? We all from tough locations and that's just the way the world was set up. But just the things that we were able to overcome and where we sit now today, and as far as success, I just look at it all the people that I was inspired by, Muhammad Ali was he gave me my bravado. When people see that I have total belief in myself, not because it comes from a place of arrogance and just this pompousness. It's just I felt proud, in a time when we all were being called ugly. When Muhammad Ali was I'm so pretty, I'm the greatest, and people paid to see him lose. That's what was drawing his fights. People would come in there to see him lose because he was so confident in his ability, and not from a place of arrogance, because he knew he put the work in. One, and two, he lifted us all up. So, I hope that at the end of this journey, or however it ends out, I represent that to, as well, a piece of that. There's a knowing. You can't guess. You can't think. There's a knowing. You have to know that even if it doesn't work today, tomorrow, there's artists that I play that weren't popular at the time that I play more than I play current artists. Shuggie Otis, I suggest you just go look up Shuggie Otis. He was amazing. At the time, you gotta know Shuggie Otis? And at the time, it wasn't this hugely popular thing, but I think when it all said and done, we would play that music more than any other music, right? So you have to have this knowing that, okay, it may not work today, it may not work tomorrow, but this is the right thing, and this is what I'm doing, and this is what's feeding me. So that would be the best advice that I can give you. That knowing, just believe in what you're doing, and if you don't believe in it, then you're not doing it. You haven't figured out the thing that you do best yet. When you feel it and when you know, no one can tell you. You only have to be right once.
I had to convince myself that I'm gonna make it. There's gonna be points that people are gonna mistake my confidence for arrogance, because they don't understand the process I went through and how much I had to believe in myself in order to make these things happen.
I think depression is a luxury. Where I'm from, you can't afford to be depressed. You gotta pay the bill, right?
Right.
So you gotta go to work. You gotta get up. You gotta go do what you gotta do. You got people right now that's at work don't feel like being there. But they got responsibilities, so they feel uncomfortable while they're working, while they're doing what they gotta do.
I'll always find a new goal set for myself and work towards accomplishing it, because that's what really excites me. That's what makes me happy, when it works.
Do you feel like you are successful?
Yes, I do. I always want more.
I'm, for some reason, like ready to go back and start working on new music tonight, even though everyone around me needs
This came out like last week.
Yeah, everyone around me needs a breather for sure, but
dude, you said you wanted to have $25 million by the time you're 25. You did that. Mm-hmm. Now you say you want $250 million by the time you're 29. I mean, this is, given the modest way you grew up, what does money mean to you?
Well, I think less than the dollar value, it's just more about the idea of growth and business mindset too. You know, 25 million at the time seemed crazy to me, but when you start becoming a headlining touring act and, you know, brands want to get involved with you and you can go do private events and whatnot, it's, you know, you're capable of making it. And now I want to, you know, for sure, obviously keep touring, keep making music, but now I see that there's other ways, you know, as far as like, you know, this global ambassador thing, as far as maybe starting, I want to invent something. I want to start a company. I want to do something that has maybe nothing to do with music.
Well, why do you care so much about success? Have you figured that out?
I'm just addicted to it.
Why?
I think that I've sacrificed so much for it already and dedicated so much of my time that I have to push it as far as I possibly can, because I've given up a lot of years as far as maybe like nurturing like personal relationships go, and you know, trying to build things like a family or a relationship or I don't do any of that. I just kind of work. So with that being said,
and how do you feel about that?
I'm okay with that now. I don't want to be number two. I think that would be a weird thing to sit here and say, or I don't care. You know, I want to make this city proud. You know, that's a main reason for me. And number one, it takes a while to even become that. I don't even know what number. It's like number. I hate numbers, by the way. You know. I like to say I just want to win, you know. It's
you know, that's a debate in Canada, especially with Canadians, right? Well, just about uber modesty sometimes, you know. There's the subtext that we're not supposed to say.
Right.
We want to win, you know. Some people take umbrage at the Own the Podium campaign for the Olympics. It's too much. You know?
Maybe that's what I got for my like summer times in Memphis then.
Don't give control of this to nobody, especially the devil. Do not let Satan come in here and function and operate, because he has one mission: to keep you off course, to make you not think it's possible, to make you think that God don't hear you. His job is only to destroy you, to make sure that you don't become what God intended for you to become. That's the mission of the devil. Now, if you don't believe in the devil, this conversation ain't for you. If you don't believe in God, this conversation ain't for you. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to people who are spiritually based. If you get control of this, that's why I'm telling you these two books. Look, the best book you can read is the Bible. If you read the book of Proverbs over and over and over, it's the book of wisdom and understanding. It would really help your life, man, if you just read. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. That's the only book in the Bible I've read cover to cover.
What if I can become someone that no one thinks I can be? And just me talking about that, I have the hair going up on my arms, because it makes me just like, what if I can be that guy that people who call nigger and this and that, and now I'm speaking at Tom Ferry's fucking event.
Because I'm the most followed guy in the world. It's not only because of my pretty face, but in everything, you know. Why Cristiano is the #1 follower in the world? Why? Why do you think? Many things.
There's goals,
football,
trophies,
family, way, lifestyle, everything. Because people say, why they follow? Because they, in some way, they like me. You understand? I think, and they criticize, always gonna exist, and it's part of the business. For me, this is not a problem.
Do something you're very passionate about, and
don't try to chase what is kind of the hot passion of the day.
So many things go wrong when you're starting a company, and often I think people ask, what mistakes should you avoid making? And my answer to that question is don't even bother trying to avoid mistakes, because you're going to make tons of mistakes, right? And the important thing is actually learning quickly from whatever mistakes you make and not giving up. Right, and I mean, there are things every single year of Facebook's existence that could have killed us or made it so that it just seemed like moving forward and making a lot of progress just seemed intractable, but you just kind of bounce back and you learn, and nothing is impossible. You just have to kind of keep running through the walls.
If we're all thinking the same thing, it's boring. Why would we make anything if everyone thinks the same thing? What makes us interesting are the differences. And even the imperfections. The imperfections are what makes us humans, what makes us what we are. As we get new information, we have to evolve. How can we live in an old belief? If you believe the same thing that you believed 20 years ago about everything, I don't know that you're living. The best way to be accepted is to be yourself. It's not to change yourself to what someone else thinks. First of all, you don't really know what someone else thinks. And if you're not genuine to yourself, there's like nothing is there. It's just a projection or a mask. It's not true.
If you try to save people, and you try to rescue them from themselves, it's only going to frustrate you and irritate them. So I don't know if that's helpful. That's good. Even if a person is an atheist, they have to introduce you to God before they can tell you they're an atheist. They say, I am an atheist. Congratulations, you told me God's name before you told me yours.